Imagine owning a watch so rare that only one exists on Earth, and it's sitting in Jay-Z's private vault. Yes, the hip-hop billionaire's watch game is that wild. From multi-million-dollar Sapphire tourbillons to vintage legends that collectors would trade their supercars for, Hov's collection is straight up unprecedented. Today we're going inside Jay-Z's $30 million watch collection, uncovering the most insane flexes you've never seen. And trust, you'll want to stick around till the end. We're saving the most elusive, jaw-dropping timepiece for last. Before we jump in, smash that like button and subscribe to the Billionaire Luxe Room if you love hip-hop, luxury, or just crazy expensive timepieces. Let's get it. This is the ultimate watch collection breakdown, Jay-Z style. The godfather of watch flexing. Jay-Z, aka Shawn Carter, isn't just a rapper. He's the godfather of celebrity watch collectors. He's been at it since the 1990s, shouting out Rolexes, Audemars Piguet, and Hublot in his lyrics. And he basically made luxury watches a hip-hop status symbol. When Hov rocked an iced-out Raleigh or a high-tech Tourbillon at events, other artists took notes. Soon enough, watches became staples in music videos and red carpets, thanks in large part to Jay-Z's influence. Dare we say legend? Decide for yourself. From early flexes like the platinum Rolex he rapped about in Can I Live? Platinum Rolexed it. We don't lease, we buy the whole car. To the bespoke masterpieces he sports today. Jay's journey through horology mirrors his climb in the rap game. Let's dive into the highlights of this breathtaking collection, hitting both the technical chops and the pop culture moments that make each watch special. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, Jay-Z's 10th anniversary. First up, a watch that made history. In 2006, Audemars Piguet teamed up with Jay-Z to celebrate his 10-year music anniversary with the special Royal Oak Offshore edition. This was the first ever collab between a luxury watch brand and a hip-hop artist, and it set the tone for rapper timepiece partnerships. Limited to just 100 pieces, 50 in steel, 30 in rose gold, and only 20 in platinum, this 42mm chronograph is a true collector's gem. The platinum version, Jay's favorite flex, features a stealthy blue dial with a diamond-studded 10 at the 10 o'clock position, a nod to his decade in the game. Under the hood, the watch packs an Audemars Piguet automatic chronograph movement, caliber 312, 6 base with module, delivering high-end mechanical performance to match its ice-cold platinum exterior. Each watch was sold with Jay-Z's signature engraved on the case back, and rumor has it they even came with an iPod loaded with Jay-Z's discography for the lucky buyers. Talk about a personal touch. This AP collab is more than a watch, it's a piece of hip-hop history on the wrist. As Jay once rapped, Audemars Piguet with the alligator strap, he wasn't kidding. Hublot Big Bang, the $5 million birthday flex. When it comes to birthday gifts, Beyoncé didn't come to play. For Hov's 43rd birthday in 2012, she gifted him a $5 million Hublot Big Bang completely drenched in diamonds. This thing is less watch and more portable bank vault on your arm. Crafted in 18-karat white gold with a 44mm case, the Big Bang is set with an astonishing 1,282 diamonds of the highest quality. That includes 302 baguette-cut diamonds on the case alone, 179 on the dial, and another 781 baguettes on the bracelet. Absolutely insane. It reportedly took Hublot over 14 months just to source and set all those rocks. Powering this blinged-out beast is a Hublot HUB 1100 series automatic movement. But let's be real, the technicals take a back seat to the ice. Jay-Z actually foreshadowed this flex in the 2011 song Otis, New Watch Alert, Hublot, and a year later, it manifested in the most extravagant way. At the time, Hublot called it one of the most valuable timepieces they'd ever created. Every inch of this watch screams ultra luxury. And Jay doesn't just stash it in a safe, he's been spotted rocking it on stage in all its diamond glory. If there's a watch that says, "I've made it," it's this one. Think about it. A $5 million price tag on your wrist. Or as Jay quipped on Boss, 100 million crib, 3 million watch. All facts, period. Now that's a fact, flex. Hublot Classic Fusion, Shawn Carter, Jay's own signature watch. Jay-Z's watch influence runs so deep that he has not one, but 2 Hublots with his name on them. In late 2013, Hublot released the classic Fusion Ultra Thin Shawn Carter collection in collaboration with Jay-Z. The stars truly aligned here. This partnership dropped just 2 years after his famous Hublot lyric, solidifying Jay's status as a tastemaker. The Shawn Carter Hublot came in 2 variants, luxurious 18-karat yellow gold, 100 pieces, and sleek black ceramic, 250 pieces, totaling 350 pieces worldwide. Technically, these 45mm stunners are ultra-thin manual wind watches, housing Hublot's caliber HUB1300 movement. That means a slim profile on the wrist, despite the bold 45mm diameter. The dial features an open-work design with Jay's SC logo integrated into it, a subtle flex that the watch is part of the Shawn Carter collection. With black alligator straps and minimalist styling, the Shawn Carter Fusions are far more understated than the $5 million Big Bang, but no less meaningful. They show Jay-Z not just consuming luxury, but creating it, at approximately $18,000 for ceramic and $34,000 for gold. When new, these were attainable only to true Hov stands and serious collectors. Wearing one is like joining an exclusive club Jay-Z himself founded. And of course, the man wears his own creations. He's been seen sporting the yellow gold version at events, effortlessly pairing it with a tux or streetwear. This Hublot collab proves Jay-Z's influence goes beyond lyrics. He literally designs the trends. Fun fact, this wasn't Hov's first watch collab. Remember the AP Royal Oak we just covered? But it reinforced that everything Jay touches, even watch design, turns to gold, sometimes literally. New watch alert, indeed. Rolex, Day Date, Arabic Platinum, the subtle platinum power move. Leave it to Jay-Z to find one of the rarest modern Rolexes out there. In a 2017 New York Times interview, eagle-eyed watch nerds spotted him wearing a Rolex Day Date 40 in platinum, with an ice blue dial and Eastern Arabic numeral hour markers. Now, platinum Day Dates are already big boss watches, but the Eastern Arabic Indic numerals take this to another level of rarity. Rolex only makes dials with Eastern Arabic script for very select clients' markets, and seeing them on a platinum Day Date reference, 228,206, is virtually unheard of. In other words, this isn't a piece you can just walk into a store and buy. You either know someone at Rolex or you're Jay-Z. The Day Date, 40mm in platinum, features Rolex's flagship Caliber 3 255 automatic movement, delivering day, date, and superlative timekeeping. The ice blue dial is a signature of platinum Rolex models, but those hour markers? They're actual Eastern Arabic numerals, 0123, instead of 1 to 12. A design nod to the Middle Eastern watch scene. It's a stealth wealth flex. Casual observers might just see a nice watch, but watch aficionados will do a double take. Only a handful of these dials exist, making Jay's piece ultra covetable. Beyond the cool factor, it aligns with Jay-Z's habit of going for the top of the line. As he rhymed, way back in '96. Platinum Rolexed it. We don't lease, we buy the whole car, as you should. Decades later, he's literally wearing that lyric. A solid platinum Raleigh, owned outright. This Day Date might not be encrusted in diamonds or visibly loud, but it's a quiet reminder that Jay-Z plays in the big leagues of watch collecting. where even the dial language is exclusive. Richard Mille, RM 056, the Blueprint Sapphire Grail piece. When Jay-Z names a watch after one of his most iconic albums, you know it's serious. Meet the Richard Mille RM 56-01, the Blueprint, a one-of-a-kind blue sapphire case tourbillon that is as legendary as its namesake album. In fact, it's literally nicknamed the Blueprint after Jay's 6th studio album. Why? Because Jay-Z himself commissioned this piece unique in blue sapphire, making it the only one in the world. The RM056 series are known for their fully sapphire crystal cases, and this blue version took an astonishing 3,000 hours to create. Yes, that's over 4 months of continuous work just cutting and polishing the sapphire components. The result is a transparent blue case that lets you see every bit of the mechanical magic inside. And there is plenty of magic. The movement is a flyback split-seconds chronograph tourbillon, one of the most complex mechanisms Richard Mille has ever made. It's like a Formula One engine for your wrist, with a tourbillon escapement to counter gravity's effect on accuracy and a split-seconds chronograph to time multiple events at once. Basically, hyper-complicated. Designed in collaboration with jeweler Alex Todd, the Blueprint's movement and case engineering push boundaries of watchmaking R&D. Every part of the case, front, back, middle, was milled from solid blocks of sapphire crystal. No wonder it cost around $2.5 million to make. Jay-Z first rocked the Blueprint RM056 in 2019 and even freestyled about it on stage. Blueprint on my wrist cost $2.5. Only thing that flips the script between you and I. Talk about art imitating life. This watch is the epitome of a flex that only Jay can pull. Totally unique, technically mind-blowing, culturally significant. It name checks the Blueprint, and yes, exorbitantly expensive. As Jay quoted in one of his older tracks, but this particular watch be a one of one. That means none before it, none to come. The only one that has it. He wasn't lying. Hove's got the only one. Richard Mille, RM 56-01, green sapphire, the $3 million emerald companion. Just when you thought one sapphire Richard Mille was enough, Jay-Z said, "Hold my champagne." He doubled down and acquired another one-of-a-kind 56 ringgit, this time in a vibrant green sapphire case. Unveiled on his wrist in 2021 to 2022, the Richard Mille RM56-01 green sapphire is essentially the sibling to the Blueprint, equally outrageous in engineering. Also, a tourbillon with advanced chronograph functions, this piece looks like it's carved from a giant emerald. The transparent green case shows off the intricate manual wind movement, which consists of over 500 components meticulously skeletonized and finished. This green sapphire RM is so exclusive that it was reportedly commissioned directly by Jay-Z himself. Only one exists. Price? A cool $3 million. At least honestly, for a unique piece like this, the sky's the limit. When Jay wore it courtside at a Nets game in 2022, even seasoned collectors couldn't believe their eyes. He effectively had a glowing green crystal on his wrist with a tourbillon spinning inside. Beyond the spectacle, consider the flex. Sapphire crystal is an incredibly hard material to craft a case from. Few brands even attempted. Richard Mille did, and Jay-Z got the only green one they made. It features a 30-minute split-seconds chronograph, torque indicator, power reserve indicator, and of course the tourbillon, an absolute feast of complications. No wonder one of Jay's recent lyrics boasts, "Feast your eyes, the piece unique." It's sapphire, a likely reference to this exact watch and perhaps the Blueprint RM2. In the world of flexing, owning one custom sapphire watch is insane. Owning two is borderline science fiction. But hey, this is Jay-Z's world. Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak Concept Carbon, Futuristic Flex. From precious sapphire to space-age carbon fiber, Jay-Z's collection covers it all. The Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak Concept, Carbon Reference. 26,265 FO is arguably the most futuristic-looking watch he owns. Spotted on his wrist during various outings, this 44mm behemoth is crafted from forged carbon fiber with a black ceramic bezel and titanium screws for an ultra-tech aesthetic. It's chunky, about 16mm thick, and unapologetically bold. Imagine the classic Royal Oak's DNA, but on steroids, and ready for a sci-fi movie. What makes the concept carbon truly special is its skeletonized dial and cutting-edge movement. AP stripped away the dial to reveal the hand-wound caliber 2895, composed of 388 components arranged in a radically modern layout. You can see the tourbillon escapement whirling away at 9 o'clock and a unique linear chronograph display across the top of the dial. Instead of small subdials, this chrono uses a red linear scale to indicate a lapsed time, a very avant-garde take on a beloved complication. There's also a red power reserve indicator peeking through the Openworked design. In plain English, this AP packs a ton of high-tech engineering. And Jay-Z, ever the early adopter, gravitated to it. He even referenced Audemars' forward thinking in Off That with the line, "I'm so tomorrow, the Audemars says yesterday." This concept carbon literally looks like tomorrow's watch, today, so the lyric fits. Limited by production, not a mass market piece. It's a rare sight. Only collectors deep in the AP game could snag one, and naturally Jay is among them. With its mix of carbon fiber and exposed mechanics, the concept is a flex of technical taste, showing Hulf doesn't just do bling, he appreciates cutting-edge horology too. Rolex date, just Perpetual calendar, the one of one, Frankenwatch. Here's one even hardcore watch geeks might not know about. Jay-Z owns a unique Rolex Datejust with a Perpetual calendar and moon phase, a watch that Rolex never actually produced. How is that possible? It's a custom piece. Originally a standard Rolex Datejust that was modified by watchmaker Frank Mille back in the 1980s. Yes, that Frank Mille, before he founded his own brand, was renowned for adding wild complications to existing watches. He took a simple Rolex and engineered a Perpetual calendar into it, complete with a moon phase display, making this a literal Frankenwatch. Only one was made, and decades later, it ended up on Jay-Z's wrist, of course. Hav was seen wearing this rarity at an NBA game, 2020 Finals in Toronto, and it set enthusiast forums ablaze. The watch started life likely as a 36mm Rolex Datejust, but now it has subdials and indicators for day, date, month, leap year, and moon phase. Complications you typically only find in high-end Pateks or Vacherons, never in a Rolex. The fact it's still ticking along smoothly is a testament to Frank Mille's watchmaking skill. Because it's a one-off creation, it's basically priceless. Some value it over $1 million just for uniqueness and provenance. In Jay-Z's lyric from N in Paris, he jokes, "Ball so hard, got a broke clock, Raleighs that don't tick-tock." Well, this is one Rolex that truly does tick in a way no other Rolex does, tracking calendar info perpetually. It's an uber nerdy flex, showing Jay doesn't just chase brand new hype watches, he also digs into obscure horological history. To own the unique Frank Mille modified Datejust is to own a quirky piece of 80s watch lore. And for Jay, it's another "you ain't up on this" moment that leaves even Rolex collectors green with envy. Patek Philippe, Sky Moon, Celestial 6102P, charting the stars on his wrist. From complications on the calendar to complications in the cosmos, Next, we have the Patek Philippe Sky Moon Celestial Reference. 6,102p in platinum. Jay-Z wore this showstopper at an NFL game in 2020. Because why not flex on sports fans? The Sky Moon Celestial is like having a miniature planetarium on your wrist. Its deep blue dial is actually a moving map of the night sky, displaying the stars and the phase and position of the moon as seen from the northern hemisphere. If that isn't poetic, I don't know what is. Technically, the 6102p isn't as mind-bending as some of Patek's grand complications, but it's absolutely mesmerizing. The dial is made of blue sapphire crystal discs that rotate to show the celestial display. You can see the Milky Way, the moon phase, and the time of meridian passage of Sirius and the moon. It's an astronomical complication inspired by Patek's historic astronomical pocket watches. The case is 44 millimeters of solid platinum, so it has some serious heft, and inside is an automatic movement calibrated to keep that sky chart accurate. Only introduced in 2015, the Sky Moon Celestial is a modern Patek marvel that costs around $300,000 plus retail, and significantly more on the secondary market, especially the platinum variant. Seeing Jay-Z wear one at a public event was a treat for watch spotters. It's a more under-the-radar flex compared to encrusted watches. Its value isn't obvious until you recognize the dial. Then it's like, wow, this man literally has the stars and moon on his wrist. Jay even alluded to such grandeur in a line on flux capacitor. Why would I not have a watch like a Saudi prince? The Sky Moon Celestial definitely fits the bill. It's opulent, complicated, and worthy of royalty, or hip-hop royalty in this case. Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711. Tiffany-blue, record-breaking hype piece. Of course, we can't talk Jay-Z watches without the infamous Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711/1AI-018. Tiffany & Company dial, possibly the most hyped watch release of the decade. Jay-Z and Beyonce are Tiffany & Company ambassadors, so it was no surprise Hov was the first celebrity spotted wearing this exclusive Nautilus after it dropped in late 2021. Why all the hype? This was a limited edition of 170 pieces, made to commemorate 170 years of Patek's partnership with Tiffany and Couture, featuring that unmistakable robin's egg Tiffany-blue dial. Tech specs: it's a classic Nautilus, 5711 at heart, a 40mm stainless steel case, automatic caliber 26-330 SC movement, date at 3 o'clock, 120 meters water resistance. Basically the same guts as the standard 5711. But the dial and the co-branding make all the difference. The dial is stamped with Tiffany & Company below Patek Philippe and painted the exact Tiffany blue color, which turns an already iconic sports watch into a piece of art. It retailed for around $52,000. But good luck ever paying that. The watch sold out instantly, and secondary prices went to the moon. In fact, one of these 17 went to auction and fetched $6.5 million in December 2021, setting a record for a modern Nautilus. Yes, you read that right. A $52,000 watch went for $6.5 million. That's the power of Jay-Z level exclusivity. Jay wearing it is like a living ad campaign. He was seen proudly flashing it. One instance, at a public event in 2022, hanging with friends in the industry. The 40mm steel case, with its integrated bracelet, might be understated, but that dial pops from a mile away. As a Brooklyn native, perhaps Jay also appreciated that the dial's colorway nods to Tiffany's NYC heritage. This Nautilus is the ultimate modern flex. It's not covered in diamonds, but it's far rarer than if it were. And being a known Tiffany collaborator, Jay getting one early was almost expected. Perks of being on top. As he rapped in, "Who Gon' Stop Me?" So many watches I need 8 arms. If you're lucky enough to nab a Tiffany Nautilus, you could probably stop time. or at least stop the show at any watch meetup. It's a piece that says, I have connections, taste, and the bankroll to match. Cartier Crash Skeleton, Surrealist Wrist Art. Not everything in Jay-Z's collection is about complications and hype. Some pieces are about design and art. Case in point, the Cartier Crash Skeleton in rose gold, one of the funkiest, most iconic designs in watchmaking. The Cartier Crash's asymmetrical, melted shape has a cool story. 60s London, rumor has it born from a crashed watch in a car accident, hence the name, and it's a Grail for Cartier enthusiasts. Jay's version is the modern skeleton, meaning the dial is cut out to expose the movement, which itself is shaped to fit the twisted case. The Crash Skeleton's 18-karat rose gold case is fairly small in dimension, but huge in impact. Its stretched, warping form is instantly recognizable. Inside, Cartier engineered a bespoke manual wind movement that follows the case's curves, comprised of 138 parts and 21 jewels. The craftsmanship is insane. The movement is the dial, with skeletonized bridges and gears forming the hour markers. There's even a blue sapphire cabochon on the crown, a Cartier signature. This watch is the opposite of a chunky sports Rolex. It's delicate, artsy, and dripping with old school cool, while still being contemporary. Only a very limited number of Crash Skeletons are made. They're basically waitlist only and often allocated to VIP clients. Jay-Z wearing one shows his appreciation for design icons. It's not $1 million watch, more like around $80,000 to $100,000 retail, though resale can be much higher due to rarity. But it's flexy in a cultural way. It says, I know my stuff. I'm not just about the mainstream hype pieces. As he cheekily rhymed on success, I got watches I ain't seen in months. The Crash might be one of those boutique pieces he pulls out on special occasions. In a collection dominated by heavy hitters, the Cartier Crash Skeleton stands out for its uniqueness and creativity, much like Jay-Z himself stands apart in the music industry. Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak Tourbillon, Openworked 50th Anniversary. Trust Jay-Z to debut one of Audemars Piguet's hottest releases. In 2022, AP celebrated 50 years of the Royal Oak with a slew of special models, and Jay was the first celebrity spotted wearing the Royal Oak self-winding Tourbillon, Openworked 50th Anniversary Edition. This watch is a technical and visual masterpiece. It takes the classic Royal Oak design and pushes it to the extreme of skeletonization. The movement is fully open-worked, skeletonized, both horizontally and vertically, meaning you can see through it and also see depth-wise into its layers. It's the first time AP did a double-sided, open-worked tourbillon in a Royal Oak, and it truly looks like a mechanical sculpture. The model Jay wore, reference, 26,735 ST, is in stainless steel with the Royal Oak signature integrated bracelet, sized at 41 millimeters. The dial has basically been carved away. You see the web of gears, barrel and bridges of the caliber 2972 movement, with the flying tourbillon visible at 6 o'clock. Despite being so see-through, AP managed to keep the Royal Oak's iconic design elements, the octagonal bezel, the tapisserie pattern hinted in the skeleton structure, and the robust sporty vibe. This edition was made in very limited quantities. AP didn't announce an exact number publicly, but it's safe to say only a few hundred globally, if that. It was also offered in titanium and gold, but the steel, being closest to Gerald Genta's original 1972 Royal Oak, has its own cachet. When Jay-Z wore it courtside, all the watch blogs lit up. It's a six-figure watch, well north of $200,000 retail. And on secondary, who knows, possibly double that, especially with the 50th anniversary rotor and Jay-Z provenance. For Jay, it's another day, another AP, as he spit on Frank Ocean's track, Bikin'. Audemars before all of y'all's. He truly stays ahead of the curve, even with Audemars Piguet's latest and greatest. Seeing that Openworked Tourbillon glisten on his wrist, you can't help but respect the flex and the horological passion behind it. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar, Openworked, black ceramic. Another AP in Jay-Z's arsenal takes the concept of stealth wealth and turns it up to 11. He's been seen wearing the Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar, openworked in black ceramic, reference 26,585 CE, a watch that's equal parts subtle and spectacular. This 41mm Royal Oak is crafted entirely from matte black ceramic case and bracelet, which is ultra hard and scratch resistant, and also just looks badass. The dial? There is none. It's a sapphire open-worked display of the perpetual calendar movement underneath. The exposed components are in warm rose gold tone, creating a striking contrast against the black case. The complication load on this piece is serious. It's a perpetual calendar, meaning it shows the date, day, month, leap year, and even a moon phase, and it auto-adjusts for short months and leap years. Basically, you won't need to reset it until the year 2100. The movement, AP caliber 5, 135, is beautifully hand-finished, and AP went further by skeletonizing it. You can see right through the watch. Given the ceramic construction and complex movement, AP likely makes very few of these per year. It was released in 2019 and priced upon request. Translation: expensive. Estimated around $300,000. On the secondary market, they floated in the $500,000 range, depending on demand. Jay-Z, wearing this black ceramic RO, shows his love for all black everything with a high-tech twist. It's the opposite of a flashy gold watch. It flies under the radar unless you know what you're looking at. At DJ Khaled's Walk of Fame ceremony in 2022, Jay paired this watch with a casual outfit, letting the piece quietly flex its complexity. And if anyone got close enough to notice the skeletonized dial, they'd realize Jay has a mini celestial calendar ticking on his wrist. This watch is a grail for AP aficionados. As the brand's CEO said, price on request means if you have to ask, you probably can't get it. But Jay-Z can, and did. Bathing ape kicks, Audemars Piguet wrist, he wrapped in 2003, 2 decades later. He's leveled up to a truly next-level Audemars. Patek Philippe Grandmaster, Chime 6300 G, 20 complications, no compromise. When Jay-Z showed up to Diddy's 50th birthday party in 2019, he had some serious heat under the cuff. The Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime reference. 6,300 grams in white gold. This isn't just a watch, it's Patek's most complicated wristwatch ever, boasting a mind-boggling 20 complications. If you ever hear Jay rap, no jewels in this Patek Philippe, it's complicated, $3 million apiece. He's likely talking about the Grandmaster Chime. Indeed, it retailed around $2.2 to $2.5 million and trades closer to $3 million now. This monster has 2 dials, one on the front, one on the back, and a reversible white gold case that you can flip, because there's so much info to display. What can it do? Deep breath. It has a grand and petite sonnerie, Westminster chime that can strike the hours and quarters automatically, a minute repeater, chiming the time on demand, an alarm that chimes the time, a date repeater, it can chime the date, a perpetual calendar with a 4-digit year display, second time zone, moon phase, day-night indicator, and more. It's basically a mini clock tower for your wrist, every mechanical function you can think of. The original version, reference 5,175, was a limited edition of 7 pieces in 2014, each engraved, and they were all spoken for by mega collectors. The 6300G is the production version introduced in 2016, but calling it production is funny. because maybe only a few dozen exist worldwide. You don't buy this watch. Patek chooses you to have it if you're a top client. Jay-Z, rocking the Grandmaster Chime in public, was a flex of horological dominance. It's a very subtle looking watch. White gold, black and white dials, no diamonds, per Jay's lyric, no jewels in this Patek, but its significance is off the charts. It's the kind of piece even billionaires struggle to obtain, and Hoff pulled it off. The watch community was shook when they saw it peek out from under his tuck sleeve. With 20 complications, it literally does everything except brew coffee. And fittingly, only a handful of people on Earth, royalty, CEOs, and Jay-Z have one. This is aspirational collecting at its finest, a piece that says I'm at the pinnacle. Or in Jay's words, I don't got the bright watch, I got the right watch. Patek Philippe, Sky Moon, Tourbillon, 6002R, hand-engraved masterpiece. Continuing the Patek madness, Jay-Z was spotted at LeBron James's birthday bash in late 2023, wearing the Patek Philippe Sky Moon Tourbillon reference, 6002R. If the Grandmaster Chime is Patek's most complicated, the Sky Moon Tourbillon is their second most and arguably the most ornate. This watch is an absolute artistic masterpiece. The case, here in rose gold, is completely hand-engraved with arabesque patterns on every surface, and it's a double-faced watch like the Grandmaster. On the front dial, you have a perpetual calendar with retrograde date, moon phase, and the current time. Flip it over to the back dial, and you get an astrological chart of the northern sky, showing sidereal time and a celestial display, very much like the sky moon. Celestial we described earlier. Oh, and did I mention it's got a tourbillon and a minute repeater? Because it does. The tourbillon is hidden under the dial, and the minute repeater chimes on cathedral gongs with incredible sound. In total, the 6002 has 12 complications packed into a 44mm case. Patek only made the 6002 in extremely small numbers. It was the follow-up to the original Sky Moon. Ref. Ainda era tirande. The 6002R rose gold that Jay has is rarer than hen's teeth and priced around $5 to $6 million in today's market. Seeing Jay-Z wear this is just wow. The man essentially had a $5 million art piece strapped on as he sang Happy Birthday to LeBron. The engraving alone takes hundreds of hours by Patek's master artisans. It's the kind of watch that lives in museum exhibits, except Jay casually owns it. This piece underscores that Jay's not only about new limited editions, he's deep into the ultimate grand complications and appreciates the old world craftsmanship. And sure enough, he's likely the only person to own both the Grandmaster Chime and the Sky Moon Tourbillon, putting him in a class of his own. In his track 30-something, Jay quips, I don't got the bright watch, I got the right watch. This is that next level right watch. It's the kind of timepiece you choose when you've graduated beyond hype and want the Mount Everest of horology. Vintage Patek, Grails, references 2, 4, 9, 9, and 1518. Jay-Z's love for Patek Philippe doesn't stop at modern pieces. He's also scooping up the holy grails of vintage Patek. Recently, he's been seen wearing the Patek Philippe reference, 2,499, and the reference 1518, two models that are basically legend status among collectors. The Patek 2499 is often hailed as one of the greatest watches ever made. It's a perpetual calendar chronograph, like a pocket watch complication stuffed into a wristwatch, produced from 1950 to 1985, with only 349 pieces made in total, roughly 9 per year. There are 4 series of the 2,499. Jay's is a third series in 18-karat yellow gold with a unique integrated bracelet. That integrated bracelet version is extremely rare. It's actually a piece unique custom ordered in 1980. Most 2,499s came on leather straps. Jay acquired this watch through renowned collector Tony K, same guy who has sourced other gems for him. And Patek's own workshops restored it to original spec before Jay-Z bought it. The $2,499 is the kind of watch that routinely sells for $3 to $7 million at auction, depending on variant. Owning one is like owning a Monet. It's that revered. Hove, wearing it to an Oscars after-party, left watch fans both stunned and nodding like, of course he has that. The Patek 1518 is the 2,499's predecessor, the world's first serially produced perpetual calendar chronograph wristwatch, made 1941 to 1954. Only 281 pieces were made, mostly in yellow gold, some in rose gold, and a very few in steel. The steel one is literally the rarest, one sold for approximately $11 million. Jay-Z was spotted with a rose gold 1518 on a leather strap. That piece is vintage heaven, a 35mm case housing a gorgeous dial with moon phase, and powered by a modified Valjoux base movement. The 1518 is historically important and insanely collectible, a typical gold. 1518 is a $1 to $3 million watch these days. Seeing one in the wild is rare. Seeing one on the wrist of the biggest name in music is next level. Together, the 1518 and 2499 represent Patek Philippe's legacy of high complication watches. Jay-Z owning both is like completing a duo that even seasoned collectors only dream about. It's akin to having a 1950s Ferrari and a 1960s Ferrari in your garage, the best of different eras. These vintage pieces show Jay's collector mindset. He's not only buying modern trophy watches, he's studying the history and acquiring the Mona Lisas of watchmaking. And he wears them, proving these museum-worthy pieces still belong in the limelight. This time around, it's platinum, like the Shah on my wrist, he once rapped. In the case of these Pateks, it's actually gold. But the sentiment of high value holds true. Other notable Pateks: 5004P, 5071G, 5961R. To round out the Patek talk, before we move to rumored pieces, let's quickly hit a few more modern references Jay-Z has been flaunting, each with their own flex factor. Patek Philippe 5004P, a perpetual calendar, split seconds chronograph in platinum. If that sounds intense, it's because it is. The 5004 was made from 1996 to 2009 in very limited numbers. It was Patek's first watch to combine a rattrapante, split seconds, chrono, with a perpetual calendar. Jay's is platinum with a black dial and Arabic numerals, the most sought-after configuration. Market value is around $600,000 or more. This watch is a darling of serious collectors, and Hove added it to his arsenal, flexing that he's hip to the connoisseur's choices. Patek Philippe 5071G, Jay-Z showcased this rare gem during a 2023 DJ Khaled Nas Louis Vuitton concert. The 5071G is a white gold chronograph from the late 90s, early 2000s, notable for being factory set with diamonds on the dial and case. Only about 20 pieces were ever made. It has a rich blue sunburst dial with diamond hour markers and a baguette diamond at 12, plus 115 baguette diamonds on the case and lugs. So it's both a high-end chrono and a jewelry watch. Price-wise, think approximately $800,000. It's one of those low-profile references that Patek lovers freak out over. By wearing it, Jay again proved he digs deep in the catalog, not just the obvious releases. Patek Philippe 5961R, Tiffany & Company stamped. This is a modern, complicated dress watch Jay wore to the 2023 Grammys. The 5961R is an annual calendar chronograph in 18-karat rose gold, factory set with diamonds. It's 40.5 millimeters, has a black opaline dial with 8 baguette diamond hour markers, and its bezel is loaded with 36 baguette diamonds. 3.48 carats. The annual calendar displays day, date, and month in windows, and the chrono gives it a sporty edge, all powered by a self-winding Patek movement. To top it off, Jay's piece has the Tiffany & Company cosign on the dial, meaning it was originally sold through Tiffany's, which adds collector value. Retail was around $160,000, but with Tiffany branding and Jay-Z clout, it's priceless. It's a perfect meeting of flashy and complicated, very on-brand for someone who rapped, "Yo, the watch too rocky, need shades." These pieces reinforce that Jay-Z's Patek collection alone could be a video of its own. He's got everything from ultra complications to blinged out showstoppers. It's like he has the best of every category Patek offers. Now, believe it or not, there's still more to Jay-Z's watch story, including some rumored pieces and hidden gems that only come up in whispers. Rumored and hidden, gems in Jay-Z's vault. For someone as high profile as Jay-Z, you'd think we know every watch he owns. But Hov plays some things close to the vest. There are whispers in the watch world about pieces that Jay-Z might have tucked away. Ultra rare watches that haven't been seen publicly yet, but would send shockwaves if they surface. Let's indulge in a little speculation. The Rolex Daytona, Rainbow, or other rare Daytonas. Jay is a known Daytona lover. We saw him with the vintage 6263, Tiffany & Company, Paul Newman dial, one of the rarest ever, which sold for about $1.2 million. Collectors suspect he might also hold something like the Daytona reference, 6270, a hyper-rare 1980s factory diamond set Daytona, often called Le Monde or Asprey Daytona. Only a few were made from Middle Eastern royals, and they fetched over $1.5 million at auction. No confirmation Jay has one, but given his penchant for rare Daytonas and bling, it's a plausible vault resident. If he ever wears a 6270 publicly, the watch community would lose it. Unique Jacob & Company pieces. Let's not forget Jay-Z's history with Jacob the Jeweler. In the early 2000s, Jacob & Comer 5-time zone watches were all the rage in hip-hop. Jay even mentioned swapping a Frank Muller for a Richard Mille. And gotta have it. Bueller had a Muller, but I switched it for a Mille, cause I'm richer. While he's moved into the Swiss elite brands now, there are rumors he may have a custom Jacob & Company, Billionaire watch, or something equally over the top. The Billionaire is an $18 million fully diamond set tourbillon watch. Floyd Mayweather owns one. If Jay picked up a unique piece from Jacob, it wouldn't be shocking, given their relationship. However, Jay seems to favor classic heritage brands these days over new school Jacob extravagance, consistent with "I got the right watch" mantra. Patek Philippe, only watch pieces. Here's a wild one. Some speculate Jay-Z could be behind anonymous auction buys, like the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime in stainless steel that sold for $31 million in 2019, the most expensive watch ever sold. It was a one-off made for charity, and the buyer remained private. Jay certainly has the funds and the love for Patek complications. Could it be? We don't know. And it might be a stretch. But imagine if one day he revealed that trophy. That would instantly make his collection the stuff of immortality. The unseen, Richard Mille. Given Jay's close ties to Richard Mille, it wouldn't surprise anyone if he has yet another piece unique in the works. Perhaps a collaboration RM with Rockefeller branding, or some wild design is being cooked up behind the scenes. RM did a RM056 blue sapphire and the green sapphire for him. Why not a red sapphire next? Or an emerald cut case? The sky's the limit when one has direct lines to these manufacturers. In truth, part of the fun of Jay-Z's watch journey is the mystique. He doesn't always announce what he buys. Sometimes he just appears courtside with something that sends enthusiasts scrambling to identify it. He's playing in a realm of watch collecting where if he wants something, no matter how rare or expensive, he can likely secure it thanks to his status and relationships. As GQ put it, his collection is full of outrageously rare APs, complicated, diamond-studded Pateks, and double-signed vintage Rolexes. One of the most exclusive, valuable, and enviable on the planet. Even so, Hav probably has a few surprises left. One thing's certain, Jay-Z is the watch king of hip-hop, maybe of Hollywood at large. He's the guy who can wear a Sapphire Richard Mille one day, a vintage Patek the next, and a custom Rolex the day after, all while quoting rap lines that predicted these flexes years before they happened. It's the kind of full-circle greatness that makes his collection so captivating. The throne of timepieces. From the projects of Brooklyn to owning timepieces that cost more than penthouses, Jay-Z's horological journey is nothing short of inspirational. It's aspirational, not because we'll all end up with $3 million watches, but because it shows a passion pursued at the highest level. Jay-Z doesn't collect to brag, though he rightfully can. He collects because he genuinely loves the craft, the culture, and the meaning behind these watches. Whether it's a watch named after his album, a collaboration he helped design, or a vintage Grail with history ingrained in its ticks. He's fused pop culture and high watchmaking, bringing a new generation into this world. After all, how many folks heard "New Watch Alert" in a Jay-Z song and got curious about Hublot? How many saw him wearing a skeleton royal oak or a Tiffany-blue Patek and thought, that's art on the wrist? His influence extends beyond music and business. It's left an indelible mark on watch enthusiasm worldwide. At around 30 plus watches and counting, we stopped at approximately $30 million, but who's counting when new pieces keep coming? Jay-Z's collection is a living, evolving legend. And knowing Hov, he's always one step ahead. As he once declared, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." His watch collection is part of that business, a portfolio of assets, and a gallery of personal expression, all in one. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of Jay-Z's watches blew your mind the most? That $5 million diamond Hublot, the Blueprint RM, or perhaps the subtle class of the Patek 2499? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed taking this wild ride through the ultimate watch flex, hit that like button and subscribe to the Billionaire Luxe Room for more deep dives into the collections of the world's biggest ballers. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, you don't need $1 million watch to appreciate the time. Stay aspirational and keep hustling.